everybody. This is Wildblade from Creative Media Vault in Yokohama, Japan. And this is me doing game dev. So we're going to be continuing with building our Ryukage Run Rebirth game, right? For those of you who were able to catch my previous Twitch stream or the last couple of Twitch streams, you know that I'm a game developer and I do have like my own series of novels, comics, and like basically this whole universe, right? What we're going to be doing is we're going to be building video games based on that universe, and I'll show you a couple of them that I've already got. So this is the one that we're going to be working on today, and it's called Ryukage Run. So the name of this and the concept for this game comes from like my online universe, which you can kind of see right here. This is my Patreon page. So you definitely want to go check that out if you haven't seen it, because I've got like a lot of exclusive like character content and like merchandise and stuff on this page that is directly related to the games that we're going to be building. So like, and you can see like exclusive character profiles and stuff like that. So the character that we're going to be working on, you can't see it right now because it's not like a paid account. So you'd have to subscribe for this one. But this is the locked one. But the character that we're going to be working on right now in this game is like Ryoko. And, you can find out more about her on my Patreon. If you'd like to know more about the actual comic that this is based on, we're going to be building the video game for this first comic. Well, maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't know how long of the series that I want to like build into this game. So these two comics are actually a prequel to this book, right? So I wrote a book, and then like I started making a comic series to kind of a lead up to what happens to the events in the book. So the game that we're going to be working on today is actually going to be telling most of the story from issue number 1. And I don't know how far we're going to go with it. There's only like 2 issues that are actually published, but I have the whole series already written and mapped out, so I already know how it's going to end. So the game that we're building right now is basically based on this Ryukage comic series, the prequel to the book. And the t-shirt that I'm like wearing, I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, it's actually this one that you can find on the store, right? And this t-shirt is going to be kind of relevant because this is going to be one of the main enemies of the current game that we're working on, right? So basically we'll be dealing with the characters in this section for this particular game. But like for tonight or for this morning, we're gonna go ahead and jump into some game dev, and I'm gonna show you what we've kind of done so far. And I'm not gonna, I was gonna stream this, but I was having trouble streaming on Streamlabs. Hold on, let me bump my chair up a little bit. I kind of want to show you guys these nice lights in the background that my partner picked up for me. So we've been kind of like decorating my room to like, make it more streaming friendly, so, and more anime point. So let me jack my chair up. I love this new chair. I got hydraulics on this thing. All right, there we go. I'm tall enough. All right, so in the last episode on YouTube, what you saw us doing, or what you saw me doing, is you saw me starting to build this game out. Now, the reason I can build this game out, I should be able to build this game out fairly quickly, is because we're not starting from scratch. We are using a game template. And the game template that we're using is this one from my Spirits of the Lost Winds game. So a long time ago I made this game, and I hate programming. So since I hate programming and I'm lazy, I just kind of wanted to go ahead and put everything in like, put all of my code in like one game and then make a template out of it so I could keep on reusing it to prototype. So like if you want to, if you're interested in making your game and you don't like coding, you can actually go download this template from my creativemb.com website, and you can go to Spirits of the Lost Winds, and when you click on this, you'll notice that this game is actually a sandbox template. And so I'm not really going to explain how to, it's got some instructions in it, but I'm not really going to explain like how the sandbox template works, because we are going to be using this template during this Ryukage Run build. So you'll get to see some of the functionality of it, and then like you can kind of decide for yourself whether you want to like download it or not. So that is another game that's connected to the expanded universe. So we're going to be using that template to like just build a quick prototype of this. The difference between that previous game and this game is that Ryukage Run, the Ryukage Run Rebirth game that we're working on, is it's going to be an endless side scroller, right? So it's going to be endless runner, whereas the previous template was more of a top-down game, right? So we're going to go ahead and get started with that. So where did we leave off last time? last time I think I started working on the scene. Yeah, I did. So, I was showing you guys, like, on my last Twitch stream, I was showing you guys how I set up the levels. So if you notice, there's a lot of, like, there are a lot of kind of containers in here. So we're going to go down to level map. And a lot of the containers are already built into the Spirits of the Lost Winds template. So if you download that, you'll see like something similar. But you might not see a level map because like I kind of wanted to leave that for people to kind of build out themselves. All right, so let's see. Last time we added this. This is the empty game object that we're using as a container for the sky. All right, and so I've got like sky. I've got another box for sky like color and stuff like that. And then you can see that I've got like some clouds in here. So I've got this cloud here. If I go here and I turn off the sky, then you'll see that there's absolutely nothing back there. So the sky right now is just like a big rectangle at the moment. And we're gonna mess around with that like later, but you know, just kind of keeping it simple. And then like this cloud object, when I go zoom in here, this is just like a normal standard cloud that I created a long time for one of my first games, right? So so right now the actual sky doesn't move, so like that's kind of a good thing because we're gonna have everything like shifting to the left, and the player is just gonna be kind of running over objects that are coming towards them. All right, so in order to accomplish that, we'll need to use the parallax. But the sky itself will not move, but some of the clouds will. So I dropped a cloud in here, and you'll notice that this cloud has a cloud drift script that's already kind of attached to it. And we have like a minimum speed and a maximum speed that will give us the ability to like make our clouds and stuff like random, move at random speeds across the screen. And we also have a minimum distance and a maximum distance. So what this is like the minimum distance will like be the point before the cloud resets back to the maximum distance. So for example, if I like for here I got 500, but let's see, let me see if I can give you a good example of it. So right now this is set for 500. I'll put like this as maybe 500, and then like I'll put the max distance as maybe 600, just so that you guys can see how this works. Okay, and then we shall play. Now when I press this button, you're going to notice that this cloud here should disappear because it should go that way on the screen. All right, so cloud is gone. All right, and so where did the cloud go? All right, so the cloud should be let me find you. The cloud is like all the way over here, coming in from left because it's coming from 500, right? And then like once it gets to a certain point, so you can check to see where it's at, you know, as it's like going on, as it's like translating itself on the x-axis. And then once the final point hits once its final tail end hits 500, it should reset back to 600, just like that. That's kind of what we're looking for, right? So this will in game, this will actually give me the ability to parallax this cloud and then have it reset every time. And then I can also change the speed of it, you know, to make it faster or slower or whatnot. So yeah, for that cloud, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use, where's your current distance? I'll use the length of the current level that we have at the moment. So come here, cloud. So put max distance, and you can like check to see where that's going to be, like right here. So you can put like maybe max distance would be 87, and then the minimum distance, so I'll go ahead and put that over here. So you'll see I'm just kind of moving it right there. So that'll be, min distance will be like 66. All right, or minus 66. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, we'll set that up there and go ahead and play this. So it should start here, and then it'll slowly like move its way across the screen. So it'll start there, and then it'll reset right so after the tail end hits a certain point. Right. There we go. I have a little bit farther than I thought, but anyway, yeah. So that's how that works, right? So. All right, so for those of you who are kind of interested in the actual scripting of this, it's a pretty simple script, so I'll just go ahead and bring this up. And this is all it is right here. So, you know, I could read this out to you and try to explain everything, but I'm not really so good at that, so just download the template or like copy it off the screen. It's a pretty easy and short one. But basically I have minute speed, max speed, and then like the speed of like the normal speed that you're going to multiply by. And you got your min and your minimum point and your maximum point, so that's all good. And then like the update function does the thing. You got the start, the random, the start function gives you some randomness based on the min speed and the max speed, so you'll kind of get the idea. But just download the template and just toss the script in there and it'll work. All right, so anyways, that's what we got. So I put like I also put some, that's it for the sky and the clouds right now. We're gonna like jazz that all up way later anyway. For the background, you'll notice that I have like some mountains back here, so I'll go ahead and like turn those off so that you can see. So I've got some mountains back here, and like if you'll notice though, under my scene layers I've got a couple of different backgrounds, right? So I've got background -6 to 2 to -1, and then I have like foreground and stuff like that. And the reason why I had this set up is because these backgrounds will, one, they actually have a parallax layer script. So anything that I put within these little boxes right here, in these like empty game containers, basically since I have this like parallax layer script, it will allow the all of the elements within this container to move at the same time, same speed, same distance, right? And that will be good, what we're going to be using for our parallax effect. Also, this gives us a little bit of a sense of depth. So if you'll notice, like this background layer 6 is actually located on layer 6. Background layer 5 is actually located on layer 5. I forgot to set that up. All right. So like the farther the layer, so like layer 6 would be the farthest layer in the back. That's why I have put the sky there. And then like layer 5 would be the layer, the visible layer in front of it, where I can put mountains and stuff like that. And then the foreground layers would be like basically what comes in front of the player, right? Default layer is where the default player and most of the action takes place for Ryoko herself. All right, so we've got that. All right, so let me make sure that all my other layers are set up. I'm like, oh, why isn't it working? All right, so background layer 3, yeah, background layer 3, background layer 2, background layer 1. So I just copied and pasted a lot of these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, cool. All right, so that's how like we're gonna be doing the mountain. So like I'm not really doing, since we're prototyping, I'm not really doing anything like too extravagant at the moment with this. I just want to go ahead and like get some elements in, like some movable elements and some background elements. So let's see, we're gonna jump back into this background here, and I've got like one mountain. And what I was saying before in my previous Twitch stream as well is like if you'll notice, this mountain is green, but it's not really green. When I do my graphics, my prototyping graphics, I normally put everything as white, and then what that will allow me to do is that'll allow me to adjust the color for the default color for each level, and just kind of play around with different stuff. All right, so I could totally put that here at this point. All right, so if I'm on a desert level, then I can just quickly shift the color over here. So that's kind of why I do most of my graphics up in white. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump in here, and I think I'll put a foreground element, and I'll show you how easy it is to put a foreground element. So we're gonna go to foreground 1, All right, and make sure that that's layer 1, and maybe order and layer. I normally start like with what, 20 or something. Right, so this would be foreground. And what I want to do is I want to add something in the foreground for like the player to run by. So we're going to jump into my prefabs over here. Right. And actually, I think we're just going to search for a tree. Okay, where's my tree? Tree. Alright. So for example, I don't think I want to use that palm tree because it doesn't match the scene. I did have a black tree around here somewhere though. Oh, sorry, I'm getting kind of sleepy. It's like I said, it's 4 a.m. here. Okay, actually, I'll just go ahead and stick him up in here for now. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and drag this tree here just so I can show you what it looks like. Boom. All right, now, like, she does not live on a tropical island. This is just for the sake of, like, showing you how these will work. So, all right, this guy, put him here. Probably put him, like, down here. All right, and since this is, like, being lit, I think I'm gonna go ahead and, like, change it to, like dark. Like, really, really dark or black. So I'm not really sure how much, how dark I want it, so. Okay, yeah, we'll leave that guy here now. So now, actually we'll move him a little bit over just because, like, yeah, just for the sake of here. So now, if you'll notice, when I move this tree, right now, like as I move this tree, it's kind of going behind Yoko. And like that's not exactly where we want it. So the reason why the tree is going behind Ryoko instead of in front of her is because of the layer that we have it set on. So that's why I created all of the extra sorting layers in advance, so I know exactly where to put stuff. So I'll move this tree over here so you can kind of see what's going down. And the reason why we're having this problem is because right now this tree is kind of up here, just kind of hanging out, right? And it doesn't really know where to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tree prefab and I'm going to drag it down here. And I think I want this tree to come in front, one layer in front of Yoko. And there you go. So now Ryoko is hidden by this tree because this is on foreground 1. And sorting layer for this would be like layer 1 as well. And then like for distance wise, this is from the camera wise, I can set it as much as I want. So I'll put that like, actually no, I think I'll leave that at 0 and then like build off of that. All right, and then we'll move him over here a little bit. Now, the tree that I put in here is just a background, well, just a foreground element, so it's not going to have any collisions on it. So, like, Ryoko should be able to run past this tree without bumping into anything. However, if she tries to run past these spikes because they have physics body and they have a damage script assigned to them, then that's going to be a little bit difficult for her and she's going to die. All right. I was wondering what was kind of going down. So, like, I noticed that my stream is a little bit quiet, but that's because I'm using my cell phone for something, right? Okay, so there we go. So if you notice, she just kind of ran right past this tree, right? And that's kind of what we're going to be like looking for a lot of our foreground elements. So, like, I have like background, I have a sky, I have a background element, I have a foreground element. This starts helping me get the bearing of where I want to start like putting stuff on the screen before I actually start like dumping a lot of stuff into a scene, and then like having to try to organize and layer it out later. So I try to do all of that in advance by simply like setting up these scene layers. All right, so we've got a foreground element, we got a background element, we got like we've already got some enemies on the screen, or we got some obstacles on the screen. What we're gonna need is we're gonna need some enemies though. Right. So, in this template, I'll go ahead and like close the scene layers. But in this template, I already have some oh, there goes our cloud. Bye bye cloud. I already have some built enemy that we're going to be using. So, let's see. I think I'm going to go up here. So, if you're in the sandbox, what you can do is you can find the enemies, number 4 enemies folder, and you're going to open that. All right, and you're going to see like this guy just dropped down here. So actually I kind of did that without cutting my thing off, so cutting my play off. Okay, so let's go back down here and find the enemy again. All right, and we'll cut this on. Alright, so while we're here, like there's not really too much going on, but as soon as I hit like the play button, okay, let's see why. Okay, so if you'll notice, like she just got attacked by this little dude right here. All right, you jump. Why? Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong one now. Like, what happened to my game screen? All right, so yeah, you can tell I'm getting sleepy because I'm like trying to get her to jump in like in the actual scene. All right, so we have this little generic enemy that can attack Ryoko right now. And yeah, it can come at her like at a pretty quick pace. And then when it gets close enough, it's just going to attack her. So this enemy has a melee attack on it by default, right? However, like I don't think I've given it enough enough power to make it up these ramps, so it's just kind of stuck here. So I have to fix that later. But now I'll show you how these enemies work because, like I said, I already pre-built a lot of stuff into this template because I hate programming, right? So the way that these enemies work is, you notice I have like a stalking enemy, right? Well, I actually have a script here that's like a chasing enemy script. And what I did is I built in a lot of functionality into this script. So to this script. So for example, I've got like the enemy speed, I've got the stopping distance. So you'll notice like when the enemy stopped at a certain point behind Ryoko and then waited a couple seconds to attack her, and it before moving back to its previous position, that's what this stop distance is for. So this stop distance dictates how far the enemy can be away from Ryoko to attack her. Sometimes it can be pretty close, so you might like just set it to 1. Sometimes it'll be like really far, like maybe 4 or 5, and that means that the enemy covers a lot of distance just to get that hit in. Can rotate. Right now this is set to on, so that's why you can see the square starting to rotate upward when Ryoko hit this incline here, because it wanted to like rotate in order to follow her up. But just didn't have enough power. We've got health of the enemy, so this enemy does already have health, so if I have an attack, I can attack this enemy and he can take damage, and if I over attack him then he's dead. Alright, health max and damage, we're not really going to worry about those two right now. Damage we can kind of worry about. I normally just set it to like 2 or 3, right, because there's other ways to like deal damage. Is dead. So this is like a true or false statement to see if the character is still alive or not after taking like a certain amount of hits. And then we got like can splatter. This one is really cool, and I'll explain it to you later. It's like a splatter effect when a character dies or when an enemy dies. So basically you can have their body blow up. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do it on this game because I think it would take like more memory, and also like a lot of times you're not going to see where the previous deaths were anyway. Right, so we've got that splatter effect. So I think probably like the best way to get to learn this is to just like download the game kit, and like use one of the default enemies and just go through the script here, because you're gonna find a lot of cheats and a lot of functionality for it. Alright, so that's gonna be kind of my eyes are getting a bit tired and I'm starting to fall asleep because I've been up for a while. So that's gonna be it for this particular stream video. So what I'll do is I'll jump back on this later today after my eyes get a little bit of rest, and then we'll continue with building out this level. But like, if you like this type of content, please like, subscribe, check out my my socials. Definitely check out my online store and support us by buying our original character merch. Like I said, this is one of the enemies that you will see in the game. Also, like you can like read the comics online for free at gumroad.com. And if you're into like online store stuff or NFTs, I've also got like some like nice little NFTs that I've been working on. So you can definitely check this out. This is like you can download, you can actually buy this on my online store now. So I decided to start selling this one after all. Not the NFT version, just the normal metal print version of it. The NFTs have some like extra additional stuff that I put into them, and they're limited edition. But you can just get like a normal copy from my online store if you like it. So definitely check those out and check out my other games. So let's see, what else do we have here? So we'll continue with this build later today. I think I'm probably just gonna do an all-day build, just to see how far I can get on this game, because like I said, it shouldn't take too long. And don't forget to check out my games page. You can also find out more about my mission, who I am, why I'm doing what I'm doing, like what this character is in the background, and also, like, you'll find a lot, if you're interested in the actual lore and story of the game and the comics, in like the Patreon page is definitely where you want to come, because I'm just doing a data dump of like a new artwork, new character profiles, some new products, exclusive new products on Patreon that you won't be able to find anywhere else. So you'll definitely want to check that out. Alright, but that is going to be it for this little short video of the build. We'll get more into it later today after I take a nap and wake up. Like I said, it's like almost 5 a.m. Normally I would be waking up, I normally wake up at 3 o'clock anyway, but normally I would be waking up around this time. Alright, so we'll come back, make this level pretty nice, and then get Ryoko to start doing some like pretty interesting actions. Alright? So that's going to be it for this one. Everyone have a good day, and I will see you in a few hours. Bye for now.